It's your day in tech history, and it's brought to you by our friends over at Carbonite, where you can get a 15-day free trial by going over to geekazine.com/carbon-free. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here, and I welcome you to the Day in Tech History at dayintechhistory.com. It's part of the Tech Podcast Network. You can subscribe via iTunes, Zune, or Stitcher Internet Radio. Our Twitter is Day in Tech Hist, and all show notes are on the wiki page if you want to follow along. Now let's find out what happened on this day, your day in tech history. August 24th, 56. The printing of the Gutenberg Bible was completed. Although it's not the first book to be printed by Gutenberg's new movable type system, it would be the work in which Gutenberg would be remembered. 1831, Charles Darwin was asked to travel on the HMS Beagle. Jump up to 1853, the first potato chips were prepared by Chef George Crumb, an American Indian, at Moon Lake House in Saratoga Springs, New York. In 1981, National Semiconductor announced that it was withdrawing from the magnetic bubble memory business. 1982, Sierra Online released the role-playing game Ultima 2 for Atari and personal computers. 1995, Atari releases the first production batch of Jaguar-compatible CD-ROM units to a select number of distributors and retail buying offices. Also in 1995, IBM wasn't granted OEM rights for Windows 95 up until 15 minutes prior to the release of Windows 95. It was very uncertain for the delay. IBM machines were sold without Windows 95, while Compaq, HP, and other PC manufacturers sold their machines with Windows 95 from day one. Of course, Microsoft launches a major online service on this day in 1995, the MSN, or Microsoft Network, a competitor to AOL, and Microsoft also launched Microsoft Windows 95, new version in the company's flagship operating system with a completely new user interface that centers around innovative Start button. Of course, the graphical user interface became the standard for Windows computers. New features included TCP/IP stack, dial-up networking, and long file names. It was a 32-bit operating system that could also run 16-bit programs, and the 95 operating system was an unprecedented worldwide marketing campaign. The publicity campaign cost about $250 million, including $12 million for the rights to the Rolling Stones song "Start Me Up." The codename on Windows 95 was Chicago, and they expected the first day approximately $30 million in retail sales. 1996, Microsoft released Windows NT 4.0 operating system designed as a small-scale business server systems with graphical user interface nearly identical to Windows 95. NT is designation for new technology. 1997, Gordon Spence discovers a large known prime number, 2 to the 2976221-1. It's the 36th known Mersenne prime number. 1998, Adobe Systems announced version 8.0 of Adobe Illustrator. Prices started at $375 and $129 for an upgrade. Also in 98, Intel introduced the 300 MHz and 333 MHz Celeron processors with 128 kilobit level 2 cache. It's priced at $149, and it was codenamed Mendocino. And the Internet Alaska was hacked by the Smurf attack. And in 1999, a Ninth Circuit federal court decision allows Bleem, a PlayStation emulation package, to continue being sold by its maker, Bleem LLC. If you're a small or medium business that doesn't have any type of backup to their computer off-site, well, you need to start, because you never know. Fire, flood, theft, all these things can turn your business from a great success to a great failure. And we don't want that. We want you to bring everything back so you can make the next social network or make the next big thing. And do that by backing up all your stuff offsite by using Carbonite. Now, they have Pro plans and server plans. Pro plans starting at $269.99 a year, and server plans starting at $799.99 a year. You can hook up unlimited computers or servers. It is easy to use web dashboard, and it's all HIPAA compliant if you are a startup healthcare. awesome there. Check it all out. Go over to geekazine.com/carbonite, geekazine.com/carbonite, and back up now, back up often, back up all the time using Carbonite. Now let's get back into your day in tech history. 2000, in Japan, Nintendo unveils the GameCube video game system featuring a 405 MHz IBM PowerPC Gecko processor with 32-bit integer and 64-bit floating point processor. It was codenamed Project Atlantis, and it was codenamed Project Atlantis. 2005, the PlayStation Portable web browser was released for free with the 2.0 firmware upgrade in North America. And Sony released the PlayStation Portable firmware 2.0 upgrade in North America with online wireless with or via USB connection to a PC. It featured Wi-Fi security, tools for photo sharing, and enhanced video and audio playback. 2006, Apple Computer recalls 1.8 Sony-built batteries after receiving 9 reports of batteries overheating, including 2 customers who suffered minor burns. Dell announced that they had discontinued the DJ Diddy in the face of competition from Apple, with them, of course, being the manufacturer of iPod and other MP3 player manufacturers. This came after Dell's February 6th announcement that the company would no longer produce players with hard drives in favor of the DJ Diddy. And release candidate 1 of Internet Explorer was released with for Windows XP Service Pack 2, XP X64 editions, and Windows Server 2003 Service Pack 1. 2007, Roz Savage, who aimed to be the first woman to row solo across the Pacific, abandons her boat after rough seas capsized her more than once. And the VWRN, Virtual World Radio Network, was launched. It was a radio station in Second Life. 2009, Yahoo adds social networking widgets to Mail and Messenger. 2010, online job search monster completes the purchase of Yahoo Jobs. 2010, online job search monster completes the purchase of Yahoo Hot Jobs. Yahoo also completes the switch to Bing search. Also in 2010, Twitter announces that they're building a sales team after Adam Bain, who was the previous CTO at News Corp, was hired on as president of global revenue. And former Apple executive Paul Devine's home was searched and $150,000 was found. Devine was arrested for taking kickbacks from overseas suppliers. And in 2011, Steve Jobs sends a letter of resignation to the CEO position and the board of Apple. He asks that the executive order be made and COO Tim Cook be made CEO. Jobs states that he could no longer physically do his position. He was reassigned to chairman of the board, which he stayed at until his passing. And that's your day in tech history. My name is Jeffrey Powers, www.dayintechhistory.com. All the show notes are over at wikizine.com, Geekazine's wiki. And of course, you can like the Facebook page and follow Twitter at DayInTechHist. Until tomorrow, take care. Day in Tech History is copyright 2014 JMP Enterprise and Geekazine.com.